Please welcome our next speaker, Ambesh Singh, a technical manager. Today, he will be presenting Power Apps Portals, What's New, and Best Practices. Please stick around after Ambesh's session for a live Q&A.
Hello everyone, welcome to the DynamicCon 2021. A very good morning, afternoon, and evening based on the reason and the time you are watching this session. I will try my level best to make the session impactful and alive, so please bear with me for the next 40 to 45 minutes. I would like to briefly introduce myself here, then I will start with the agenda for the session. My name is Ambesh Singh, 365 Saturdays Community Manager and the Power Community Ambassador. Currently working with the KPMG Deutschland as a Dynamic 365 architect and a technical manager within Microsoft practice. Prior to that, I have worked with the Pearson VUE and the EA Games, and mostly in my career, I've worked with the Microsoft in different projects, groups, and consulting. I've worked with the Bing, MSN, and the Dynamic Portal product team, and provided my consulting in the Microsoft global deliveries. Business are constantly challenged to grow, scale, and increase efficiency. At the same time, striving to add service capacity, increase customer satisfaction, and deliver exceptional service, all while improving staff productivity and enhancing service quality. How does smart business do it at all? With a best-in-class Dynamic 365-backed website portal to quickly build secure self-service portal and even their entire website with no developers required. Make your data wars and the Dynamic 365 data available to the web. A custom application builder provide a seamless customer experience with a responsive solution that optimized for mobile and the tablet as well as desktop right out of the box first thing first. Let's see the high level of agenda for today. I will do my best to cover as much as from the following topic and the topic outside from the list. So we will cover about the Power App portals, why should we opt it, how it's differ from the Dynamic portal, what are the different portal templates, what is new in the 2020 Wave 2, what is new in the upcoming 2020 Wave 1, best practices to opt for, some of the valuable references followed by the Q&A. Power App portals allow us to create a low-code, no-code website for our customers. The motto behind is the idea of make it simple. With portals are actually extending the capabilities of Dynamic 365 application. The full capability of the Dynamic 365 portals previously offered only as an add-on to the model-driven app in Dynamic 365 are now available completely standalone inside the Power App portals. Inside the Power Apps, these capabilities features a revamped end-to-end experience for makers to quickly create and deploy a website and customize it. With pages, layouts, and content, makers can reuse page design through templates, add forms, chart, views to display the key data from the dataverse and publish to the user. Let's take a use case. I can give you a brief of my organization. KPMG has ton of the internal users and the external customers. Let's think of the scenario where I need to connect with my IT team for the faulty hardwares or the software issue, and maybe with my HR team for my leaves and the vacation policies. Do I need to write an email or call them? No, definitely not. I can explore the knowledge base and the forums decisions before approaching them or raising the tickets. Same as for my end users or the customers. If they need to raise a ticket or the new change request, they can use customer self-service portal. And because it's on the top of Dataverse or the Dynamic database, we can create a workflow from request to invoice and send bill to them after the work done. No magic here, and complete process take less than a day to surface it. So on October 1st, 2019, Microsoft announced the general availability for the Power App portals. Then how it's differ with the Dynamic 365 portal exist earlier? Actually, apart from the branding and the licensing, there was no difference. So everything done automatically, and from the end user perspective, they haven't encountered any downtime probably, and they haven't encountered any look and feel and the functionality difference. Let's talk about some of the capabilities of the Dynamic 365 or the Power App portals. So low-code solution for creating multilingual responsive websites for the users external to your organization as well as the internal employees. It's a CMS that built right in the Dataverse and easily interact with Dataverse data. And on the top of that, you can control your content by using the pre-built security framework features. Apart from that, you can use any of the commercial or enterprise login provider like Microsoft account, LinkedIn, Azure AD B2C, Google, Facebook, or even allow anonymous access. So you have industry grade solution. Use WYSIWYG Designer to create the website content based on the responsive design. Run on any platform like a desktop, tab, or the mobile. Power App portals are based on the Bootstrap 3.3.x with the exception of event portals. Portals developers should not replace the Bootstrap 3 with the other CSS library, as some of the scenarios, the Power App portals are dependent on the Bootstrap 3.3.x. Built on the top of the Dataverse, and it will cascade all of the features along with the data like security, data protection, views, forms, chart, or the dashboard. It's a pro-dev extendability and templating capabilities to design complex business process. Use pre-built templates like a customer self-service, partner management, or the event management, community self-service, or create your own template. Setup experience of the portals are very quick and easy. You have simplified designer, in German we generally call as a clicky bunty. So with just few clicks away, you surface Dataverse data on the top of rich predefined templates. Let's see how. So basically you need to just go to the admin.powerplatform.com and you just select the resources, then go to the portal tab. And if you have a old add-on portals available and which is not configured, you will get all the list here. So you can configure it from directly by clicking the three dot. Or this is the first option from where you can spin up. The second option is you can directly go to make.powerapps.com, and here we go. And you could definitely go to the home, like you will land to this screen, select the right environment, click the portal from the blank. This is the first option. Second option, definitely you could go to the apps, and then from here, a new app and the portals. The third option is you definitely go to the create and then portal from blank. And not only this, you will get a lot of templates available inside this view if you already have those solutions available on your Dynamic 365 instance. So an example, I have all the sales services, apart from like if you have the field services, project management. So all of those templates will be available if the solution is already available. So you can definitely go and pick it from here. So setup experience of the portal are very quick and easy. You have simplified designer, and that's what I just explained. Like you can just simply go and set up your dynamic portals across that. After creating the portal, the next question is from where you can customize them. How you will decide the themes, images, navigation, web pages, content of your website. Answer is pretty simple, and mark my word, I said make it simple. So Microsoft provided Portal Design Studio for all of this purpose. It's a WYSIWYG experience. It simplified portal designers to customize content of your website, create and manage pages, navigation, theme, etc. in just a few clicks, which increase the productivity in the multifold way. And you have an option to choose the predefined pages layout. If not matching with your business requirement, you are always feel free to create your own template using page and the web templates available within the portal solution. Designers not only allow to change look and feel, but it also provided a way to integrate your Dataverse or the dynamic data like forms or the views in just a few clicks. All of this field of forms will remain same metadata, and not only this, you can put more magic on the top of that, like it's more icing on the cake. You can go with the captures on the same form, especially if the page having the anonymous access. So Portal provide you the maximum reusability, which means less pain. Portal are meant for the users outside of your organization as well, for internal as well as for your internal employees. So authentication and the anonymous user access always come in the picture. You can enable a variety of the commercial login providers like Microsoft, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc., as well as enterprise identity provider like Azure AD B2C Okta, Auto, etc. Microsoft recommend for Azure AD B2C as a preferred provider. Portal supports self-service in terms of the registration and the profile management out of box. It allows users to link or delink identities from the different identity providers. So suppose you forget the password for the Twitter, but you can still log in via your LinkedIn credential. And this is very powerful features that your identity will not be lost in portals. You create a case after login from the Microsoft account, and the next time you logged in via Twitter, you can still see all of your data as same from the different identity provided because your profile is same is one contact in the Dataverse or the Dynamics. It also enables anonymous access for the content like FAQs, contact us, about us, office location, etc. And you can provide hybrid content also on the same page, like you can expose sales or the HR lead email IDs or the direct contact just for the logged in users. Contact is a core of the portal entity. It helps to support not only B2C but B2B model also. Like an example, a case submitted by Andrew, he should be able to see, and this is the example of the B2C. But in a B2B scenario, he should be able to see all of the case submitted by his organization as well, submitted by the other peers. So external users facing sites need to be perfect in terms of the UI, look and feel, and because it's represent your brand. Responsive website which run on every platform, every surface, every browser is internally supported by the Bootstrap theme and provided you the pixel perfect website. And the good part here, you can customize as much as you can. Because remember, at the end of the day is a website which built on the HTML. And the only thing you need to consider is to use the Bootstrap pattern to keep the website responsive. So not try to break it by chance. Not only this, it supports all the Dataverse languages except RTL market like a Hebrew or the Arabic. It also supports languages variant like English UK, French Canadian, not only French France or the English India. Like this, it supports around 180 variants. Just keep in mind, it need to be tied with one of the listed Dataverse language because your form content, your list content, they all are coming from the Dataverse. Most important things, accessibility, which is the core thing in any Microsoft product since last 5 to 7 years. And portals definitely not are the exception on this. All the controls are the layout, all the layouts are 100% supported accessibility and supported WCAG 2.0 now. So WCAG stands for the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, and these standard came directly from the W3C guidelines. And if you are making any customization in the layout, you need to share this responsibility to keep your customization compliance to WCAG. WCAG already declared the next version 2.1, but I'm not sure like which release you will get this as a standard out of box with the portals. For portal, Dataverse is at the core, and it doesn't mean you are not leveraging the beauty of the other Microsoft product or the services. So you can integrate with the Power BI embedded components like a reports, dashboard, and tiles. Integrate with the SharePoint and Azure Blobs for the documentation storage. Integrate with the Azure AD B2C as an identity provider. Integrate with the Azure Application Insight for the telemetry uses, and it's integrated with the Azure Application Gateway is a web application firewall for providing additional security. So let me just quickly show what does it mean. Okay, so I'm on the portal admin center. And what does that mean? Like on the first tab or the first blade or the first option, you will see the details for the portals. So you will see, okay, what is the state for that one, which environment it is denoting, and every other aspect related with that one. So just let it load in between. So you have the name of your portals. Then if you really want to convert the trial to the production or the other sandbox or the UAT, then you have an application ID. It's really important for the integrations. Who is the owner for the portal? Then you have a portal URL. So just in case if you forget from by chance, you can come and get it from there. Then it shows the website record. So it's a customer self-service. If you have a partner portal or the ESS, so you will get in the list. The portal state is on the on. You can disable it. Maybe if you're going with the deployment for longer duration, or if there's something crash, you really don't want your users to use that one. You can definitely think for the enable like portals for the early upgrade if you are in the development or the testing environment. Then you have a portal action, and you have tons of the action, tons of the functionality there. Like you can restart your portal, you can install the project service automation or the field service extension from here. You can get a public key. You can definitely get the latest metadata translation. So you can definitely come and get it at least in a couple of weeks. So you will have the latest metadata translation for the portals available. You can disable the custom errors, and you can give your own web pages. Basically, if you really show the customized message, you can enable the diagnosis login. You can reset your portal. It will just reset the complete portal. You can definitely change the base URL for that one and enable the maintenance mode if you are really gonna for some deployment. Then you have to manage your Dynamic 365 instance. So suppose your portal is denoting to your one environment and you really want to just denote to the other environment due to some reason, you can change it from here. You can set up the SharePoint integration, which I just talked. You can set up the Power BI integration. So you can just set up via making some configuration changes. It's really easy. You can run the portal checker rules. And you can manage the portal authentication key. Remember, you need to just come here and update it if it is going to expire. So ideally, it's valid for the 2 years. But if you are nearing it, you will get a notification also, and you need to come and update the key. If you're not going to do this, your portal will stop working for that one. So it's make an impact on your Azure setup. Then you can definitely whitelist out the blacklist of your IPs there. I will definitely come to this option again, but let's go to the next step. So here we have a lot of portal templates already out of box available. You have a customer self-service, you have a partner portal, you have a community employee self-service portal, you have a custom portal. And if nothing is going to suit your requirement, you can definitely go and start the portal from the blank. So portal from the blank is specifically available for the Power Platforms and not for the Dynamic instance. Then you have a lot of admin service available. I already explained about your portal checker rules. So an example, just go and run it. So I think for now you have 18 rules already available there. But then quickly go to the slide, and I talked about the latest metadata translation. You should always click on the tile, maybe on every 2 weeks or something. You could whitelist or the blacklist for your IPs. You can enable the diagnosis login, and you could push all of those logins maybe to the Azure blobs or something. Enable maintenance mode if you are really gonna deploy, especially for the longer duration. You can clear the cache. And there are the multiple way to do this. So let's see how. So this is something I talked about the rules. So I hope there are 18 rules for now. And if you have some problems, it will give you the warning or something. And then you can also get an option that, okay, how to fix it. So this is really, really good. Regarding the cache stuff, so the first option is you can restart the portal from here. The second option, if you're already logged in and you have an admin rights available, you can just append _services/about. And here you will get an option for the clear cache, rebuild search index, and the clear config. Apart from that, also, you may restart it directly from the app. You may change the bindings from there, and it will restart it there too. And then you have a Sign Studio. So this is something like when you spin up the portal, you will get a window like this. And you could directly go to make.powerapps.com. And from there also, like if you have the Design Studio available, you could make the changes like sync configuration from there too. So it will also make the impact on that one. Let me just quickly show that too, once it will be loaded. And it will take some time on the first load, maybe a couple of seconds, if everything's worked fine. So if you can see on the top, like you have a sync configuration, you can do it from there. And these are the left tools available. So you can create a pages from there. You can select the pre-built templates. You can create your own. You can apply for the themes. Now you can integrate the Power BI components from there. So a lot of components available there. Let me just quickly show very quickly. So you see like how many templates are available there. So you can definitely go and create from the available templates. And here is basically for the themes. So if you really want to go with the basic, it's okay. So you will get approximately, I think, the 9 themes there. Let me just quickly enable it. Okay. And okay. Oops. The important thing, like if you're making any changes into the themes, please don't try to break the Bootstrap default one and the theme.css. Maybe you could create your own overlay or a clone for that one and make the changes there, and then basically can refer it over the pages. So you have order box, all the themes available. You can choose any of the preset, or definitely you can go and make the changes into the CSS accordingly. So you can select anything and you can make the changes accordingly here. Then you have a lot of components available there. So the Power BI is something new in a family, and you could definitely go and utilize directly on the pages. Here's the page view. So you can see all of the changes here, and you can make the changes directly on the designer. So you don't need to go to the portal management app, and you need to make changes from there from the dynamics. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. 2020 Wave 2 features are planned to release from the October 2020 through the March 2021. And these features enabled for the admins, makers, like marketers or the analyst, and available automatically. So the first one is like Power Virtual Agent as in component of the Power Apps Portal Studio. And the public preview was on the November 2020. Then the Power App Component Framework Control supported in Power App portals, like the public preview is available on the March 2021. Support for the entity permission configuration using the Power App Portal Studio. Again, the public preview is due on the March 2021. And the Power App Portal's web API, like a general availability, it was due on the Feb 2021, but as per the best of my knowledge, it's not enabled yet. So maybe it will be released very soon. I'm even get in touch with or following the product team for that one. The next important 2021 Wave 1 features are planned to release from the April 2021 through the September 2021. And support for the Microsoft Azure Analysis service like connections and custom data functions features must be enabled or configured by the administrator, makers, or the business analyst to be available for their users. So the general availability for this will be on the April 2021. And as a part of this features, makers will be able to embed Power BI dashboards and reports utilizing live connections with Azure Analytics service. This features also allow portal developers to use the custom data Power BI functions to send additional context for personalizing reports and the dashboards for the users. Now let's go and quickly just wrap up for the best practices. This all based on my learnings on like reading blogs, reading the community discussions. So you could definitely think this recommendations. So the Power App Web API enable building a richer user experience inside the Power App portal's pages. You can use the Web API to perform, create, update, and delete operations across all Microsoft Dataverse entities from your portal pages. For example, you can create a new lead, update an account, or change the entity permission for a product by using the portal Web API instead of going to the Power like a portal management app. What point you need to consider that your portal version must be 9.2.6.41 or later for these features to work. This feature is in preview. The general availability probably will come to this month. I'm not sure about the dates, like what Microsoft decide for. The Portal Web API is built for creating a rich user experience inside portal pages. So it is not optimized for the third-party services or the application integration. Portal web API operation are limited to the entities related to the data, for example, account, contact, or your custom entities. Configuring entity metadata or the portal configuration entity data, for example, configuring portal entities such as ADX content snippet, ADX entity forms, or the ADX entity list is not supported with the portal web API. There's a known issue for that one. Like with the current release, web API operation are not blocked for the configuration entities. However, this issue will be fixed in the upcoming releases. The another important aspect is regarding the portal performance. So you should always consider about disabling web page tracking, disabling web file trackings like a login tracking, and header cache and the footer cache. So you definitely need to think about that one. And then reduce the number of the web files. So the web files entity are used by a portal to store any static files you want to use on the portal. So the main use case of the entity is to store static content of your website like CSS, JavaScript, images files, and so on. However, having many such files can cause slowness during the startup of your portal. So the portal checker rule will check this scenario and will let you know or give you an indication if you have more than 500 active web files in your portal. If all of this file represent a static content like CSS, JavaScript, images, then you can take the following, maybe some of the actions to mitigate the issue. So use an external file server like Azure Blob Storage or CDN to store these files and then reference these files on your appropriate pages, either within the page or inside the underlying template. If you can't move this file outside, then ensure that all the files are loaded along with the home page. A web file is loaded along with the home page if the parent of that file is set to home. So this is also you need to consider. Then whenever you're working with the portal implementation, it's important to understand that you completely manage the HTML of the page. That means the standard web development practice should be followed to ensure your website client-side performance is not affected. So one of the common cause of the performance issue on the web page is loading a lot of static resources like CSS or JS in a sync way on the load of the page. So synchronous loading of a large number of CSS JS files can lead the long client-side scripting process time and for your web pages. So in the portal, whenever you are associating a web files directly to your homepage, it create dependencies in the generated HTML. This means the web files always loaded along with your homepage. If the web file is CSS JS file that could be loaded synchronously, can slow down your client-side processing time. So what you can do, like if the web file is not needed on the home page, make sure its parent page isn't set as an home page, and reuse the mechanism described by the preferred way. While loading a JavaScript file on the demand on any pages, use the async or the defer HTML attributes to load the file in an asynchronous way. While loading the CSS file on demand, you could use the preload HTML attribute, but please remember that JavaScript-based approach, since preload is not supported for all of your browsers, so you need to validate that too. Then regarding the portal deployment, the first thing is you need to check the portal availability in your target instance, Dynamic 365 instance, before planning for deployment. Also, at the same time, you have to plan for the multilingual. If you're planning for the multilingual portal, configure languages in your target instance before you're planning the deployment. So if there is any integration like Power BI, Power Virtual Agent, Power BI, or like Azure integration, then you need to proactively work on the prerequisites like for the SharePoint document management, configure on the target instance before planning for the deployment example. So always use a different solution to hold all of the portal related solution like forms, view, fields. It's easy to maintain in a pipeline. You have to disable all of your ADX Studio Power App Portal out-of-box plugin before start the deployment. Deploy only publish component and don't include site setting in every portal deployment. You have to deploy it first time and then make configuration accordingly. So don't try to overwrite each and every deployment. Regarding the cache management, like make sure that your change tracking feature is enabled for the entity to avoid the caching issue on the portal. If you are doing the clear cache, like there will be a clear cache or clear config, or you are just going with reset the search index. You need to really consider that it is slowed on your portal download or the page load performance for initial loads. So until it's not heat up completely. Another important aspect, like capacity-based portals and the add-on portals will use this. They are using the same caching functionality now. So capability-based portals don't have to manually clear the configuration entity cache. So add-on portal, which is high load, like with the high load, will have improved performance, and it's a reliable data cache refresh. With new releases, cache management is same in both of the portals. So regarding security and the main aspect is administrator. So don't distribute the role to everyone if it is not required. Don't give the website access permission to everyone, again, in order to manage the content. Site makers and the website links directly from the portal. Make sure the authenticated user role check box is unchecked while creating the custom web role in a portal. Otherwise, the user will get an authenticated web role as well as your custom web role. Portal user must have a unique email address. So if you're using the two or more contact record, including deactivated contact record, also have the same email address. The contacts will not be able to authenticate on the portal. Always use the website access control rule on the secure web page and the content which has been displayed on the portal. So regarding site setting, so do not change the value of out-of-box site setting. If you really want to do this, maybe try to create a clone and then use it, or the custom settings for that one. Also use the site setting to store your CRM and the portal configuration instead of creating a custom entity in CRM. Make sure that there is no white space in the site setting values. Some site setting values are instance specific, for example, Azure AD B2C related site settings, hence don't include site setting on each deployment. Sometimes what happens, like if you make the changes in the site setting, then it may require to refresh the portal cache. If it still doesn't work, then you need to restart your portal, and it depends on instance to instance. Site markers never hardcode the web page URLs and the partial URLs of your web pages in your Liquid or the JavaScript code. Use the site markers instead of that one. So the page that use the site marker point to must belong to the same website as for the site markers. Do not try to modify the out-of-box site markers if you as much as possible, and create your own customs if it is really required. Changing the site name of the site marker is strictly not recommended. Regarding the portal web pages, it's really important to start the complete life cycle start from here. So naming convention must be meaningful, manage localized content effectively, and then do not use the white space in the partial URLs. Always use the web page access control rule to manage your web page. Access security to avoid exposing to the anonymous user. Do not use the change enable tracking options on the web page, as it has been deprecated and create the performance issues. Same is for the portal web template. So do not try to change the out-of-box web template for the future reference. Maybe if you really want to change it, you could create a clone for that one and then make the changes accordingly. Use the web template to avoid writing the same code multiple times on the different web pages. So this is also you need to consider. The main important aspect in the web template: do not hard code text messages in your Liquid code. Always use content snippet for that. Also, do not try to hard code the URL in the Liquid template code. Maybe you could optimize the site markup for this purpose. So please note, you always store the configuration value in the site settings. For example, web API URL, client ID, and the secret key, etc. Try to avoid inline CSS and the JavaScript in the web template code. It's gonna definitely deprecate the performance, or it make the impact on the reverse impact. Use the web template to trigger your fetch XML on demand. So you could also leverage this functionality from there. Content snippet, it's play the important role, especially when you have a multilingual websites or the portal. Content snippet is used to display the dynamic information or the content on your portal. It also holds some hidden information that need to be it's used for some decision. Validate localized content, as most of the bugs are coming because of the blank or the mismatch values in the content snippet. In order to edit the snippet on the front side, users must associate it with the web role that is associated with the website access permission record with the managed content snippet permission set to true. Use default values in the web template for content snippet for the fallback scenario also. So you need to consider this. Regarding the entity form that must be associated with a web page for a given website for the form to be viewable within the site. The connection entity subgrids are not supported. Duplicate fields, multi-select option set, custom control. Business rule also not supported in the entity forms. Manage attributes, file attributes, entity image are not also supported in the entity forms, web forms, and when you use the liquid template tags such as fetch XML. So always create a new form for the portal entity. Don't use the existing CRM forms for that one. Please note that if you create an entity for the insert mode, you can't change the button alignment or place the action button above the entity forms. Always use the captcha on the entity form, which is being exposed to the anonymous user. That is somehow same for the entity list. So the entity list must be associated for all the localized content associated within the web page. Avoid using CRM existing views to create the entity. Always create a new view for the portals. The multi-select option set is not supported in the entity list. And you can write only the JavaScript related to the entity list in the entity list custom JavaScript section. For example, perform an action when the entity list finish loading or edit values. Regarding the general recommendation, choose the correct portal type like a customer, partner, community as per your business requirement. So you need to identify your portal users effectively, and based on the plan, your portal pricing and the licensing correctly to avoid paying extra. Please avoid to use the multiple portal in a same environment to reduce the portal and the deployment complexity. Hence, plan for the portal that can fit all of your business need. Make sure that you have a proper rights before provisioning the portal, and all of the portal components must be in a draft mode unless it is not ready for the deployment. Don't use the portal local authentication as your default portal authentication mechanism. It has been deprecated. Avoid saving the document attachment in CRM. Use the blob storage and SharePoint instead for the better performance. Always use the GDPR consent setting on the portal. You should opt for early updates in the deployment or the testing portal only, which will ensure that your production portal remain operational, and in the unlikely event that an early update might cause an issue in your portal application. But please note, several Power App portal components such as the Azure Web Application and the various tool are updated automatically. This is few of the link I have compiled for you, and it is very useful for your on your portal journey. So you can connect me on my social platform, ask your queries on my Twitter handler, which is @ambesha19. Scan the code and connect me over the LinkedIn. Subscribe my YouTube channel for the slides and the more demos on the Azure Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform technologies. I'm really thankful to all of you to spend your valuable time today and looking for your positive feedback and suggestion. I hope you found the session interesting and useful, at least to find a new dimension on your external facing low-code website requirements. You can raise your question via event platform or get in touch with me in person via any of the channel mentioned here. And I'm still available to handle all of your queries, and I will try to just respond to you over the chat. Thank you so much.
Hi, Ambesh.
Hi, Abby. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing perfect. Thank you.
Well, we have a lot of great questions that all came in. I've been kind of reviewing them and sending them over to Ambesh. Do you want to give any big thank yous to the crowd who came to view your session today?
Sorry, can you just come up again?
Yeah. Do you want to give any thank yous to everybody for coming and watching your session today, or say anything to them to start this off?
Yeah, so firstly, I would like to thank all of the audience who just took out the precious 50 to 60 minutes to watch the session. And apart from that, I would like to really thanks to the Dynamic Con Platform organizing committee. Like, they are doing a wonderful job running the event for the 3 days. It's not an easy task, and like, it's not kind of the someone cup of business, but it's really a great effort in the community upliftment. And yeah, before I start, I would just quickly give a brief about myself here, so people already know about me, and just to reiterate it. So, as you know, my name is Ambesh. I'm a 365 Saturdays community manager and a community ambassador. Currently, I'm working with the KPMG Deutschland as a Dynamic 365 architect and a technical manager. And prior to that, I have worked with different product companies like Pearson VUE, EA Games, and mostly in my career, I worked with Microsoft in their different product groups, consulting. So I worked for Bing, MSN, and Dynamics Portal product teams. And then I started my consulting journey to the global services, global delivery services. Yes, then we'll quickly jump to the questions, and I would not just kill the time and just quickly try to accommodate as much as from the list which you have.
Sounds perfect. We have a lot of people joining in and a lot of questions, so I can start. Allison asked, where can we look up all the details on accessibility support?
Okay, I would paste a link on the chat window. Maybe you could just pass it to the greater audience there. So there's a specific accessibility plan. Like as I mentioned in my session, also it's W3C AG supported, which is derived from the worldwide communities and like W3C. And in that particular case, any of the Microsoft products. So it's not only specific to the portal. So in general, we could see any of the Microsoft product, and that is the Microsoft focus from last couple of years, especially 5 to 7 years, to just give as much as from the accessibility scenarios or the background. But very specific for the portal accessibility stuff, I will share the link, and then probably you could share it with the larger audience.
Yeah, I'll do that. So once you copy and paste that link, I'll just put it back in the chat. We have another question, one from Rob. He wanted to know if there's any restrictions on using portals.
Absolutely not. I would say, like, what kind of the restrictions we could thought for, and portal generally derived because of all the restrictions, all the licensing issue. Like if we need to share the our CDS or data was with the external world, portal is the only one solution for that one. So you can't go and share with the other solutions, which is available in the Power Platform umbrella. And portal meant for that one to just share your CDS or common data to the external world. So I don't think so there is as much as of the restrictions regarding the licensing also. Like it's mostly come as a Power App, like under the Power App licensing plan. So whatever is there, it's derived from there. With some specific clause. So for unauthenticated user, because as I mentioned, it's for the external world also. So for the unauthentication or unauthenticated user, there's a different add-ons available, like we could leverage that too. And then there is very specific for the per user sign-in. But apart from that, I think you could leverage all of those features which is available in any of the website available in the market.
Okay, well, very good. Kind of building off of that, Asim asked, can you share a little bit on the latest updates for licensing of Power Apps portals? Kind of an example he gave was if someone is using F&O and they need Power Apps portals for their use, how would this licensing work out in this kind of scenario?
So regarding the licensing, again, that is a very tricky question. And I used to say, like, if I need to speak on the licensing, I need to check the page maybe 5 or 10 minutes before that, because of, especially in the Power Platform, Microsoft have a habit to just change the licensing plan very frequently. I will share the licensing link, and I would also recommend to all of the architect, all of the customers, on all of the end users as well, like if they are really planning to go for the Power Platforms, any of the product, like not only the Power App portals, maybe the Power BI, Power Apps, or the Power Virtual Agent, they always need to get the latest from the licensing booklets. I will share the link. And regarding the specific concern about the licensing, so it's work like on the 2 dimension, like as any of the Power Apps stuff work, like per user and the per apps. So we could leverage either one of them, and then everything will go in a smooth way. Okay.
Well, thank you, Ambesh. Yeah, definitely not wrong about the licensing changes being frequent. Ben Baxter, he's new to Power Apps. He wants to know if creating a service ticket system for clients and internal support techs, in this scenario, is it best to use Power, or is it best to use Portal or a Canvas app?
It's depend like how you want to leverage it, because if you are talking about the case management system with the Power App portals, you already have a template defined for that one. So and believe me, like I would surface the complete case management system for my internal departments less than in a one day. So you just need to go select the proper template, which is in that case would be the case management related, like a customer service, customer self-service. Just make some customization into that one, and the complete portal probably and should be ready with you in less than one day. Like you could surface it until unless you don't have a very specific business requirement. But if you are going for the Canvas app, then you need to start it from the scratch, because I don't think so. There is already a pre-built template is already available, so you could just leverage on the top of that. So my recommendation would go for the Power App portals in that case. And the second is like it's based on the web, and you could leverage all of the web related stuff on the top of that one. So regarding the UI specification, like if you really want to make very fancy UI or something, you could leverage with the Bootstrap, with the CSS, and every possibilities what you could leverage on any of the web technologies.
Okay. Well, thank you. And we got a couple more questions questions regarding licensing. I just copy and pasted Ambesh's link into the chat, so feel free to reference that for anyone who needs it. As I saw, we had quite a lot of those questions. Adam wanted to know if you have any experience using external/third-party frameworks /UI libraries in portal design. He's used Kendo UI Telerik for more responsive grids and form controls, but he's wondering if there's a preferred or better option when putting a polish on front-end design.
That's a good question, Andy. So the thing is that like one thing is very clear on here, that we are actually using a product which is based on a normal HTML tags. So yes, it's a Power App portals, but it's based on the web technologies. It's on the HTML, and we could leverage any of the technologies, either it's a third party, any of the supported JavaScript framework, even the Kendo UI, some of the Trellrigs. So we could leverage, because at the end of the day, you have an HTML hosted and running on the browser. So there is probably no any limitation into that one unless you are just into the umbrella of the Dynamics. You are fulfilling all of this stuff, and especially now with the current changes and the current features which is Microsoft is providing. I talked about the web APIs. I think so it's already launched, and it should be already launched last month, but due to some delays, it is not launched yet. I just need to check very quickly, because I haven't in touch for the last 3 to 4 days that it's already launched or not. But it was planned and it was delayed. But I'm pretty sure this month you will get a web APIs general availability. It's already in the preview, but you will get a general availability, and then you could it give a more boost to the pro developers. As I mentioned, like a Power App is not only for the code developers. It's basically the low code, no code platform. But Microsoft is not saying or not backstage the developers, so they give all of the hands where you can make your hand dirty, you can leverage all the skills. You could go to the as much as like from your skill sets. You don't have any kind of the boundaries there. And in that case, combination of the web APIs, and then you have all of the client-side scripting, either any of the platform. You have a good CSS frameworks available. You could leverage any one of them, and you could boost, and you could basically surface a very nice looking website basically for your end users, either it's a customer or your internal employees.
Great. Okay, and we have quite a lot more questions that had come in as well. Karen wants to know if you have any experience with event portals that come with D365 marketing.
Okay, so out of all of this event portals, I would say it's a specific portal, because regarding the Bootstrap framework, so they have a different set of versioning on that one. And yes, we are using the event portals for our marketing apps or the marketing modules basically, and it's very good. Like you don't need to spin up and do everything from the scratch. You just do the stuff on the Dynamics marketing apps, or the
Mhm.
module, and everything will be surfaced back to the portals. So it's really cool, really integrated, and very specifically meant for that one. And apart from that, like, you have more integration options available. So you could do the integration with the payment gateway. Now you have already team integrated with that one. So you could go definitely, like, after this COVID stuff, it's a highly required for go for the virtual events or something. And the team is the part of that one, like a team integration. So you could leverage a lot of other benefits, which is for me, it's you if you need to leverage this kind of stuff from the other portal, like if it's a customer self-service, partner portal, or employee self-service portal, you need to perform few steps for that one. But those templates are already available with the marketing portal, so you could leverage all of those things, or the event portal.
Okay, hopefully that gave a good little
Mhm.
overview for you guys. We have another question asking if you can highlight or talk a little bit about the current limitations of Power Apps Portal versus other third-party solutions that are in the market. And do you see any of these covered in the current roadmap? I can also put this in your chat so you can read it out loud, because it was a bit much.
Okay. So regarding the third parties solutions, like, I know there are a few things like a portal connectors of, like a solution called a portal connectors, and I think they are also the sponsors of the current event. And then apart from that, there is something already available from the ADXO, like, which is generally the root organization for the Power App or the Dynamics portal. Regarding the differences, it's not a kind of the black and white answer for that one, because every product, they have a different USP. I won't judge because of few features or the options that, okay, one product is good and another is bad. It's more and more depend what kind of the features or the business requirement I would like to leverage it from there. I'm using Dynamics Portal since last, or basically, like, I started with ADXO, so since last 5 to 6 years, maybe. And I haven't encountered a single issue regarding the implementation. So an example, you just block somewhere and you can't implement your business requirements, or you can't surface your business requirement to other portals. Yes, for a few things you might need to customize system a bit more, but you would definitely get a leverage. You could definitely leverage the solution which is already available. Regarding the differences, yes, as I mentioned, that there are so many USPs for the different solutions available for to surface the CDS data out of the Power Platform umbrella. And maybe it will take more time to just discuss all of those points. But in my opinion, why I should opt for the Dynamics portal or the Power App portals now, because it's backed by the Microsoft. And I know if I need to get back for anything regarding the SLMat, regarding the new features, like, I see the portal growth tremendously from last 2 to 3 years. Like, from the Dynamic 365, now it converted to the Power App portals. And since it's converted to the Power App portals, like, the new user interface came, there are a lot of improvement on the authentication. So Microsoft is really, really investing a lot into this product. And I see the great future into that one. So if there is any unsimilarity with the other product, I would say, based on the product
Gosh, I think you froze there for a little bit. Can you hear me? Oh, well, hi, everybody. If you have any questions while Ambesh's connectivity is kind of loading, feel free to drop them in the chat. He'll be able to connect and kind of chat back and answer and review any of these. Oh, Ambesh, are you back? Can you hear me?
Yes.
There we go. Okay, you cut out there for a little bit.
Okay. So I was talking about the product roadmap, and definitely it's more on the internal discussion of the product team. So generally it's not out, but whatever is already available, like as a feature or the feature plans, which is already available on the MSN documents, we can see that, okay, till next 6 months or 1 year, this is probably the main product plan for that one. And definitely Microsoft is also considering for some unforeseen issues, like if something is really demanding in the market, they would definitely build a team and they would try to leverage those features as soon as in the market.
Okay, and looks like we're at that nice 5-minute mark, so I'm just gonna go. We'll do a couple more questions, and then at the very end, if you have any tips for those who are beginning off with Power Apps portals, kind of where you think would be the best start, and we can just wrap it up from there. But Alex said that he's interested in your opinion using a Power Apps portal as a pseudo e-commerce platform to represent D365 Business Central and SharePoint file visibility for business to business. And a related question off of that, other providers of portlet temples or portal temples for such of a scenario as mentioned above. And I'll put that down for you to read because I know that that was a lot as well.
Okay, so regarding the SharePoint file visibility for the B2B, I think Dynamics or the Power Portals already have an integration with that one. You just need to complete from the admin center, and then you could surface and you could leverage all of the SharePoint functionality because it's an integrated part of the Power App Portals. Like it's already integrated in the product, so you shouldn't be bothered much about that one. Regarding the D365 Business Central, I honestly haven't used, in my personal opinion, out of the dynamic CE, especially sales, customer service, and the marketing modules. I heard with few of my community members that they were leveraging on the supply and chain management, definitely on the field services and the other aspect too. So I couldn't. I won't give any comment on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then the related question is like a portal template for such scenarios. So regarding the e-commerce scenario, there are not as such pre-built portal template. Like if you are very specifically asking for the web templates, but yes, we could just leverage which is already available there. So the good part is we don't need to start it from the scratch. We just need to put some more liquid text, some more logics into that one via JavaScript or like via other possible ways, and we could leverage it very quickly. The main thing is regarding the payment gateway connectors, and I have some of the good blogs reference where you could just leverage and you could just surface the payment gateway integration with the website too for the payment and other stuff.
Okay. Well, I think that's we're getting pretty close on time now. Is there any last tips that you want to give for people just starting off, or do you want to just wrap everything up from here? I'll make it your call.
I would wait for more questions. If they have, I could quickly answer. But regarding the startup, so because there are a few questions like where they can start it actually, and the answer is pretty simple. Like you could spin up your C environment or the Power Platform. Like it's a free of cost. You just provision the portal. It's free of cost. Nothing is included into that one. And so that is the thing why I'm asking, because if you're learning with MSN Document and MSN Learn, so MSN Learn also have a complete learning path for the Power App portals. Definitely you have to go through. But if you're going through some of the theoretical learning and some of the user interactive learnings, at the same time you need to surface those pointers. And in that case, your provisioned portal or the 30 days trial portals is going to be a great lift into your learning. So start with the MSN Learn, MSN Documents, and you will get a very good content there. And at the same time, you just make your hand dirties to leverage what you can do with the portals.
Okay. Well, thank you everybody for attending. I think that's all that we have for time. If you want to continue this conversation, I believe that Foyan listed a couple of links below for you guys to kind of continue, and Ambesh will come on and answer any questions that you guys had. But that's all from me. So thank you. And Ambesh, do you have anything left that you want to say?
No, thank you so much again, like all the audience who just took out again their precious minutes for me. Thank you, Abby, for moderating. Thank you, Dynamics Con, to just surfacing this event. And at the last, I would say just I I have few of the good blogs and few good tutorials. I'm just launching the videos too. Very good quality of videos related with the real case scenarios. And please follow me on the LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and you will get a lot from there too regarding this portal stuff. Thank you so much again.
Thanks, guys. Bye.